Okay, hi guys, I hope you had a great weekend. Saturday was beautiful and we were outside most of the day, and then Sunday hit. But hope you were able to get some reading done, maybe some inside stuff done on Sunday, and lots of play and fun outside. Parents, it's week 6, Monday, and if you're going by the number of days, it's number 26. All right, and I know the struggle is real. I have a second grader that does not like to do schoolwork at home and has trouble with what he's doing. So there's lots of wailing and redirecting. So I get it. Work at it, do what you can do, and just try to keep the learning going. All right? Kids, the incubator is up and running still, and we have a couple chicks that are pipping out today. So they are working at it, but we haven't gotten anything coming yet. Out completely yet. So we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Today for reading, it says Sun 1 in a Billion. So that is something you can check out. That's our read aloud. And then for writing, it says make a list of 3 books and write a sentence for each that tells your opinion. It doesn't have to be a book that you've heard on the read alouds. It can be a book you've read. It can be a book you read earlier in the classroom. It can be any book that you want to talk about. But write a sentence for 3 different books and then tell your opinion about that book, okay? Kind of like when we do our morning circle and we do a book recommendation. Tell something about a book that you like. Like I just read Where the Red Fern Grows, and I loved it because it had lots of fun chapters in it, okay? Or I just read Where the Red Fern Grows, and I didn't like it because the ending was very sad, all right? So, and they want you to use... instead of like it's a good book or a bad book, use words that are more powerful. All right, so see what you can do with that for today. Spelling, we're going to introduce the new words, but I left the old words up from last week because they kind of piggyback on what we're going to talk about today. So they were all ED words, and it says past tense. You can add the ending ED to form the past tense of a verb. All right, so today we're going to add ED again. One thing I noticed, and I don't know if you guys noticed it, sometimes words like shop, you add the last consonant before you add the ED. Shopped and planned were 2 of those that did that, all right? So the words for this week are also ED, hugged, they're doubling the consonant, grabbed. So be thinking about that when you're spelling because that's a little hint, okay? Hugged, I hugged my student. Grabbed, I grabbed the ball when it went out of bounds. Cared, I cared for the baby chicks. Walked, we walked on the path. Chased, I chased horses. True story. Danced, I danced at our dance party. Wished, I wished all of our chicks will hatch. Wanted, I wanted everyone to do their schoolwork. Planted, we planted some flowers. And counted, we counted all the chicks that hatched, okay? Which will be things we'll be doing. It says the ED ending can make several different sounds. So ED ending can make the D sound, D, T, T, and id, okay? And I also thought that's like want id, plant id, okay? So, or it can say hug, D, the D sound, the D sound, all right? So think about that. It can make different sounds. So when you're reading and you see ED, it's not always going to be the same sound as what they're trying to tell you. All right? Check those words out, and you know the process that we go through for the week. So be thinking about how you might want to practice those. All right? Words in color, bubble letters, rainbow words, things like that. All right? Math, I wanted to do a little review for this week because this is going to help you. Like I told you, we're a little bit ahead, so it's going to make it easier for you, hopefully, when you do your assignments that need to be turned in. Keep in mind, 2 assignments turned in per week, 1 for math and 1 for ELA. All right. So, and this whole thing is an array. These are rows that go from left to right or crossed, and columns are up and down. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals 25. That's a repeated addition sentence. And I added a little enrichment because that's multiplying. Okay? Columns are up and down, rows are across, and this whole thing is what we call an array. Now, let's review our math from Friday. So Gracie has a pond with fish in it, which we've seen. Gracie puts fish in buckets and she catches them. She has 4 buckets. Let's get a marker and unpack this question. All right. Gracie puts fish in buckets as she catches them. Nothing to circle there, but I know what she's doing. She's catching fish. She has 4 buckets and she catches 24 fish. How many fish will she put in each bucket? And I put separate equally. Make an array, a number sentence, and an answer statement. So I worked on that before just to move things along. So I figured it out by putting 1 fish in each bucket until I got to 24. And then I realized each bucket had 6 fish in it. And then I thought, well, counting by 6s is a little bit hard for me. So 6 plus 6 equals 12, and 6 plus 6 equals 12. That was easy because that's a double. And then I said 12 plus 12 equals 24. And so I knew 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 24. Gracie put 6 fish in each bucket. All right. So we know that she had 24 fish to start with, and she had 4 buckets. All right. And so another enrichment would be 4 buckets with 6 fish in each. 4 times 6 equals 24 fish. All right. So 4 times 6 equals 24. So that brings us to today's. And our person of the day is Hannah for math. Let's see what Hannah's up to. I should have done one about hamsters. I didn't even think about it, Hannah. Hannah made a pan of brownies. Ooh, that makes me hungry. She cut them into 3 rows and 3 columns. She made a pan of brownies. She cut them into 3 rows and 3 columns. 3 rows, 3 columns. You need to know this vocabulary. That's why I've been talking about it. What they want you to do is draw a picture of Hannah's brownies, repeated number sentence, and an answer statement. Okay? Again, this is all extra stuff, but I love to have you guys add to what you're doing. And it's kind of one step ahead of what they're looking for the pieces that we're turning in. So hopefully it makes it easier for everybody. Okay? And then the chicks, I'll show you what they're doing right now. So our chicks, and this was 3 days. I figured we'd just do a review. 7 days, you can see the difference. 10 days, starting to look like a chick. 13 days. 19 days, looks like a chick with just a little yolk left. 21 days, this is where we're at right now today. We're at about day 21. So I've got the moisture high in the incubator, still at 99.5 to 100. And this is what we call pipping. They take their egg tooth and they pip out. And then they'll go all the way around this egg until it comes to a full circle, and the top will pop right off. So they're pipping, and if you can see with the light behind my behind the picture, you can see what's going to happen next. So after it pips out, it comes out wet and kind of gooey looking, but then we have a fluffy chick. All right, so they're just starting to pip. We have 2 pipping right now. I'm not sure how many we'll get. We do have 48 eggs, but we lost power several times through this process. So they're pipping right now. I'll get pictures when they start coming out, but I'll keep you posted, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right, guys. Remember to keep reading. Reading is super important, and writing. And if you need me, I'm here. I'll be glad to help you out however I can. All right. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow.